hottest station is now live for your enjoyment with host iamBranded.
Classic, y'all. People need to go ahead and pay attention. So, like I said, it's Branded in the house doing what we do. And like I said, I got my boy DMA from the T. What's good, my dude?
Chilling, man. Just chilling.
Everything's good with you tonight?
Oh, yeah, man. Sitting here listening to the show.
That's what's good, man. First off, man, just it's a long time coming, dude, because, you know what I'm saying, you talk about you and me, man, we've been, like, on a couple of collabs and shit like that. We've been, you know what I'm saying, you've been on the forums. You've been pretty much fan for, like, a long-ass time, and, you know what I'm saying, it's been, like, damn near years since I've been doing these radio shows, so, man, a long time coming, but it's good, though. What's up?
Chilling, man. Just trying to put the finishing touches on this mixtape, man, so we can get it out.
All right. Well, you know what? Let the people know, you know what I'm saying, DMA, who you rep, where you believe, where you be. Let these listeners out there know what's good.
Yo, this DMA holding it down for Daily Soul Records down here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, T-Town. Just down here doing my thing, man.
That is what's good.
Yeah.
Now, you was talking about this mixtape, you know what I'm saying, and we're going to get into that in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and mic up my homeboy, my co-host, my comrade, my partner that's been down with me since the damn near the very, very beginning. As soon as I mic him up, my homeboy WSL, Will's in the house. Will, if you are mic'd up and you can hear, what's up? All right, Will not mic'd up. Let me go ahead and mic him up. But man, it is a long time coming. T-Town representing for a show. You always been living out there in Tuscaloosa, dude, or?
Yeah. I've always born and bred here, born and raised. Just always been here on the west side of Tuscaloosa. Yeah.
Good deal. Will, what's up, man? Welcome back to the show, dude.
Yo, what's up? I had some problems with my phone.
Hey, but we clear now. We good. So, like I kicked off the show earlier, man, just want to thank you for holding it down for me last Thursday on Conspiracy Theory Thursday. Y'all did y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? The ratings was official. Y'all held it down and did your thing. I got DMA from Tuscaloosa, you know what I'm saying? He's one of my homeboys, and he representing that Alabama-style music, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, that's what's up. What's up, man? What's up?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
All right, it's cool. How long you been doing your thing?
I've been rapping going on 15 years almost. Been doing it 14 years.
All right, that's what's up. So you a vet, almost. You a vet.
You've been doing your music for a minute.
Yeah, I've been doing the music for a minute.
Yeah, you've been doing it for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, how did you get involved? How did you get into the music thing?
It actually happened off of accident, like sitting around with family, cousins and stuff, seeing them freestyle and, just watching them do it. And then all of a sudden, after a while, you watch them for so long, you start to join in. And after a while, it just became a passion. All of a sudden, you had to write rhymes, and then you had to come up with concepts and put songs together. We used to do it at school, me and friends, and it just one thing led to another, But it all started off just watching the people around me do it. And I just took it and ran with it, man.
That's what's up. How it goes.
That's what's good. It's like, you know what I'm saying, with everything that you've been doing, like, you picked it up and you kind of took off with it, and you got a lot of you got a lot of like mixtapes and like albums under your belt right now, or you pretty much just kind of like going hard with this current one you're working on right now?
I'm really going hard with this current one, but I have a lot of material that's like stashed away from, past artists that I've worked with or local artists or whatnot. So I got probably about 30 albums that I've worked on within the past, I say, 10 years. But this mixtape is really like the main thing that I'm pushing right now, because it's like the first time that I'm actually putting something out individually, as a solo artist.
Right.
I've been working on solo albums and stuff, but they never seen the light of day. So this would be like the first official project from me by myself. So,
All right. So how does it feel working on your first solo project?
Well, it's different because I've worked on solo projects before, but like I said, I've never released them. So this was like the first time where I was actually by myself completely. Because even back then, I've always had my crew around me, but like right now, everyone's going through personal stuff. Everyone's growing up, getting, married, having kids, moving away. We not kids anymore. We don't live in the same hood no more, so it's not like we can drop everything and just go to the studio and record. Now I'm really by myself, holding it down for them until they get straight. So it was a tough process to, adjust to at first, but now it feels so easy just going in by myself and doing what I got to do. But it's a change. It's a little different.
Yeah, I had to learn, like, at the end of the day where it's just, like, especially when you grouped up and you got a group of people, especially when you start doing music together and shit like that, and then you kind of, like, they kind of veer off and you start doing stuff solo, it's some taking used to. You got to get used to it a little bit. It's just like getting on a bike, or a 10-speed or something like that. You ain't never rode one before, so you just got to get adjusted to, the whole way of doing things. But like you said, once you get used to it and you start becoming your own person, your own artist, that kind of grows into something, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Yeah, I just had more, it just took some time with me because I'm so used to having like a group of people around, whether I'm actually rapping myself or if I'm producing. But like I said, this time I came in and it was just all me. So,
Yeah, you pretty much, from the years that, I think, like, overall, dude, like, you've been on my forums, I think you was on, like, the original, like, Assassin's Inc. forum that I had. I think you was on the one before that. I think, we've been, like, kind of like joined together but not joined together. This year has been, like, the first year we've actually ever had, like, collab music done, like you and me. We've done a couple of tracks, I don't have them on my switchboard, but I'll make sure I debut them this week sometime and get it in. But, I've had the honor to actually be able to be a part of, tracks with this dude over the last couple of months. We banged out some stuff with Makeshift. And, your style is just like, it's bonkers. Like, you know what I mean? People can be able to pick it up and just vibe to it, Like, how did you mold your style into the style that you have right now?
When I first started, I really didn't have a lot of artists out that, that I could look to because, like, when I said, I started in 94, 14 years ago. When I started, even Bone went out. So, and when they came out, I still didn't connect with their style completely. I loved their style, but I wasn't harmonizing, so that wasn't what attracted me. It took me a couple more years to when, like, Do or Die and Twister came. Then all of a sudden it's like, hey, that's how I spit, or that's how I want to spit, or, so, like, Adrenaline Rush, Twister album, that's like my blueprint. That's my blueprint, So I've always taken stuff like that and just watched how he was able to ride a beat because, he was able to spit fast, but to do it to slow beats. I was always able to do it to fast beats. I couldn't never slow down. I could never adjust my flow. It was always fast, fast, fast. And it took me a while to, really shape things. So that album pretty much helped, shape my style because that's my biggest influence, Twister. And, Tech Nine, Do or Die, Bone, all these guys from the Midwest, they had styles that just attract me because I was already spitting fast. I just didn't have no direction. So they gave me that direction.
This was good. Monday Night Live. We up in the house with DMA, representing T-Town to the fullest, you know what I mean? And if y'all want to go ahead and come celebrate tonight, kicking it with DMA, WSL, it's just the whole alphabet. We got it right here. Hit us up, 347-215-8653. Send them emails to vintagemusicradio@gmail.com. Branded is back in the house. Been on hiatus for a quick minute, but I'm here doing it up big with DMA, WSL, ABC, EFG, HIJ. We doing it large, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
call in if you want to call in and kick it with us tonight. Like, I'm going to bang out these tracks because I know these people probably itching to hear something from DMA, so quit hating. Tell me a little bit about that joint, man.
Quit Hating is the newest single that I'm pushing right now. It's produced by a guy that, I know a lot of underground artists online probably are familiar with, named The Real King Kong. It just had this hard beat to it, and for some reason it just had this like swagger to it, and I wanted to make sure that I feel like I'm confident when I'm doing it, because I'm so used to being aggressive and going fast, and I just wanted to take it and slow it down and just remind folks that, I'm humble, but at the same time I can be cocky too. Not too cocky, but enough, So the song was more so about me just, having that song where I can tell people that I'm having fun, and if you don't like it, quit hating. Just, step yours up, do what you do, because I'm just enjoying mine,
That's real.
So that's pretty much what the song's about.
That's real. We're going to go ahead and bang out Quit Hating right here on Monday Night Live with DMA. Follow in, do what you do best. Keep it right close right here on VMR, because we go hard every single night. We back hard doing what we do. So, like I said, call in, hang out with us with DMA, WSL. We're going to have some fun tonight. And, you know what I'm saying, I got another track, and we're gonna talk about some, we're going to talk about some stuff as far as collabs. We're going to talk about, basically the state of hip-hop, all that good stuff. So, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna do what we do best. But, you know what I'm saying, it's one thing I want to let y'all people know, you know what I'm saying, we're going to be here to stay. We're going to make sure we try to roll off 7 days of Vintage Music Radio. So, you know what I'm saying, that means we're going to keep all these songs that we're feeling on rotation. So if y'all feeling it and y'all want to keep calling in and support this movement, make sure y'all go ahead and hit us up, 347-215-8653. Once again, that's 347-215-8653 with DMA, WSL, and Brandon. Brandon's back.
Yeah,
I'm
harder.
back. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. I'm back, man. We just gonna make sure we lace it up and do it right. But like I said, I want to send some shouts out to the people out there listening, all the people out there feeling the music and the movement, and you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep it 100 and do what we do best right here on VMR, Monday Night Live, DMA, T-Town's very own. As soon as I amp this music up right here, then we'll be good to go.
We going harder.
As soon as I fire it up, let me see what's good with this thing right here. Gotta make sure I touch up my switchboard, get back on this, and then we're good.
This is how we do it on VMR.
I got a couple of emails, people feeling the song, people think it's the truth, you know what I mean? So, more props on it. I mean, when I first heard it, dude, when I first heard it real quick, Will, when I first heard it, I was like, all right, this dude got swag. And I remember I used to, on a couple of tracks that we did, you had the faster tempo flow, you know what I'm saying? So, you didn't really have listening to this, I didn't see you had no issues slowing down your flow on this one, though. That was fire. Will, what was you going to say, homie?
Man, that shit is fire, yo. Shit is fire. He reminded me of DMX, yo, by the way he was spitting it, yo. How hard he was going at it, yo. Damn.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, that's that swag, like, you know what I mean? Like, like I said, I've been listening to your music and your skills for a minute, so it's kind of like I can kind of tell, like, you know what I mean, like, the growth and shit like that. Like I said, man, you've been around my circle for a minute, so, I kind of see some elevation and shit like that, but I can see your swag. And, yeah, you took your hands and wrapped it around the throat of the game on that one. And, you know what I'm saying, you was aggressive but not too, you know what I mean? And then you came with that swag, but, you know what I'm saying, you pretty much stay humble at the same time. So, like I said, that versatility is pretty much just going to, keep your level up there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. That track was actually... It's one of those, both of the songs that you have, those tracks were two tracks that I, really doubted, like if I wanted to put out, because it's been a minute since I had something new, and, that was a much different track from, like you said, from what you're used to hearing, And
Yeah.
I think when people get a little bit more familiar with me, they'll see how different it is. That's like the slowest track you probably going to hear on the whole mixtape. But that was more so, that's probably like, a shout-out to, like, all the people that I am cool with that would have loved to hear me rap slow. That's like that track for them. Like, hey, I got one.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now, like I said, we work together on collabs, and, you know what I'm saying, we probably got some future stuff that we're going to do. Now, Will's getting ready to gear up and do his album and stuff like that, and it would be a good look for you to be on an R&B type joint, too, you know what I mean? Is that something that you would like to do, like, in the near future as far as, just, keep being versatile and being on different types of, sounding songs and shit like that, too?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think the reason I am that way is because I'm also a producer, so I love, working with all types of artists. They don't necessarily have to be rappers, and since I've worked with old girl Alta on the My Slab record, we'd actually had done a record, one of her records first, called Let It Go, and that's what led to the My Slab record. So I've worked with R&B artists before, Infamous A.T., Rachel, Twin Zoe, some local artists, but this is like, I still would like to venture off into other areas, to get out my comfort zone, but at the same time, never really quite leave it. So I'm trying it out.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what's
real. So, Will, you got another person right now. DMA is down to do something on your album coming up. So, there you go. Networking right here live on Vintage Music Radio.
Got to be working. They got to keep working it.
Yeah.
That's real. Yes, indeed. Monday Night Live, DMA is in the house, WSL's in the house, and Branded doing what we do best. You know what I'm saying, banging out these, these hits, vintage music type underground shit. So, just keep the emails coming. We had a couple of people sending in some major props, one from Texas. The other one was from Florida. Mo Props just want to send some shouts out to my group. Newly fresh and signed from, vintage music that's going to be doing some music with me. My squad, Bambino and Sleepy Eye, a.k.a. Sicko. Shouts out to them as well. And, people out there listening. Like I said, I got people out from the Bay, a couple of people out here sending me some love right now as far as the emails or whatnot, just showing love to the music, to keep that movement going. So it is a movement now. You see all this stuff out here as far as, what's going on in hip-hop, the music, the watered-down versions of stuff. I mean, where do you see it? Do you think we need to keep pushing this in the throat to the people to give them what they want so we can be able to bring this back to full circle, or are you straight with the music nowadays?
I'm a little bit of both. It depends on the mood that I'm in. Like, I think that it's good that we have the party records. I'm glad that we have records for the youngins, but we also need to have, a balance. We need to have that street music. We need to have that political conscience music. We need to have a balance so that, the older cats that listen to music that may have been fans of rap 10, 15, 20 years ago could still be fans now, just like the fans that have, recently got into it can still be fans of the old music and, appreciate what's coming out now. So I'm a little bit in between. It depends because I'm in the middle of it myself, so
Yeah.
It depends. It depends.
I feel you. Will, you got any questions for DMA?
No, not at the moment. I'm thinking.
All right, real deal. Now, who's your favorite as far as, out here in the game today, living or not, that you feeling as far as music 100 though? Hip-hop, R&B, or both?
R&B wise, I'm an 80s baby, so I'm a New Edition fan,
Holla.
I'm like New Edition and Silk. Those are like my groups growing up, But as far as like rap go, Twista is always gonna be my number one choice. That's my favorite rapper, the legendary Trackster, my favorite producer. Guys like that, Tech-9, Psychodrama. I got a lot of cats that I'm fans of as far as rappers. Scarface, because I'm a Southern guy. Old school, 8-Ball, MJG, UGK, Pac, obviously. What's his name? Crooked Eye, Raz Cash. You know, my taste varies. But like I said, Twista and Traxter, those are like my top guys. Traxter, top producer, and Twista, favorite rapper. Those are my biggest influence.
What mainstream artists would you like to work with?
Mainstream, as a rapper, I would love to work with Zero right now. That's like my favorite, you know, mainstream, but he's still considered underground to a lot. But I love like what he's doing with his music right now because it's soulful, but it's still street. And you know, I'm bumping all his music right now. So that's like one of the first people one of the people that I would love to work with first. And I would just enjoy working with him. As a producer, I probably want to work with someone like DJ Toon, Legendary Traxter, obviously, Mike Dean, let's see, Timbaland. You know, pretty much everybody that is doing their thing, I would love to work with them. You know, whether they, you know, worth $200,000 a beat or if they worth $100 a beat. If they got the heat, I would love to work with them. So
yeah,
I'm not.
I would be interested in wanting to work with like Timbaland because you know what I'm saying, just for the simple fact that I would be more curious to see how my style would fit his music or what his vision would be. You know what I mean? It's always good, like you said, to kind of, you know, throw your hat into the ring and try to work with some, you know, people that you not just wouldn't normally work with, but just, you know, overall just kind of like be like, you know what, it'll be cool creative-wise to see exactly what they would think as far as what direction we should take on the track and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I feel you on that. I feel you. Now, with all this being said, as far as, you know what I'm saying, the people that you know, want to work with, you know, stuff like that, what's the name of your mixtape?
The name of the mixtape is called Prototype. Yeah.
Okay. Is there like an official like street date on when that's gonna be dropped?
As of right now, I'm pushing for September 30th. That is like the day that I really feel I could just push it. You know, that'll be the time when school back in, football season going on, and everybody knows how big Alabama is down here. We breed football, so you know that'll bring in a lot of tourists, people from out of town and stuff. You know, that's like the perfect time. Back to school parties, everything's really getting back into the swing of things. So it's the time to do shows, go out and promote and stuff like that. And I just think that's the perfect time to drop the mixtape. You know, so I'm pushing for September 30th. Yeah.
Hey, are you selling the mixtape, or is it just gonna be free for your fans?
I think I'm probably do a little bit of both. I haven't really mapped out exactly what I'm gonna do just yet. You know, so I'm kind of iffy on it. At first, you know, I was just gonna put it out and sell it, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna put it out free. But I think I may do a little bit of both. I may like sell it for like the first month or two, and then just pass it out then, because it's mostly for promo. It's the setup for the actual albums that we're working on. It's not, you know, so I'm not really tripping off of it. But
Gotcha. Well, you know, Branded and WSL is down to be on the full album when you guys start pushing that too. So
yeah, WSL is down to put his vocals down on whatever.
For sure.
We down for features. Before I get this 407 call, because I think this is from my affiliates, I want to go ahead and bang the next track, which is My Slab. Tell the listeners a little bit about that.
The My Slab record is produced by a guy named Epic, another up-and-coming producer that most artists should know from the net, real popular. The beat was real smooth when I heard it. It sounds like an R&B track initially when you hear it, but I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to spit to it. So I wrote my verses, I wrote the hook, hit up my homegirl Alta, asked her if she would do it. We had just collabed on her record, so she was returning the favor. We did it, she wrote her part, and we put it out, and it seemed like it just blew immediately. You know, I couldn't stop people from hitting me up or seeing me in the streets and asking me about it. So that record was a blessing, because I really didn't think it would work with it being my first release in like a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
So it worked out good for all sides because it got her noticed, which she's a new R&B artist, and then it got me noticed again. So I love
Right.
the record, you know.
Yeah, and make sure you holler at her too. Like if she got something out that she won't play, you know what I'm saying, just make sure you have her reach out to VMR, because you know what I'm saying, we definitely got that grown and sexy R&B on Saturdays. If you know what I'm saying, if she got that music that she want to go ahead and promote too, you know what I mean. So we gonna make sure we do it right, and continue this networking. So go ahead and reach out to her if need be. But I'm gonna go ahead and bang this track, My Slab. This is Monday Night Live with DMA, WSL.
Yo.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.
Nexxlegacy Radio.